What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm making this video because I want to share some knowledge with y'all. This video is going to be about positivity and how important positivity is and having a positive mindset. So I want to first get into this video by saying negativity will get you nowhere in life, and negativity will only cause strife and conflict and an unfulfilling, depressing life that nobody wants to live, you know? That's why positivity is important, because when you're positive, you attract more things that are also vibrating at that vibration. And when you're vibrating at a positive vibration, you're lighter. And when you're lighter, you can attract things way more easier. From my past experiences, I come from an environment that was really negative, that was really toxic, in that there wasn't really any positivity or any, like love for each other in these environments that I'm talking about, or that I grew up in. And so most of my life, I was around negativity all the time. And even my friends, my family, people that I just was around that I didn't even associate with, but I was just around them because, they were just in that environment, were super negative and super toxic. And of course, when I was in this space, like, I didn't think about how negative things were and how things were not fulfilling and how things were making me more miserable mentally. I didn't think about that when I was in these environments because I was young and I was learning and growing up, and I just wanted to be around people that, wanted to be around me, But yeah, that could really lead you down a unwanted path, just being around people just because they want to be around you. Because most people, okay, let me give you guys a fact really quick, because this is one thing that I've honestly learned. Most people who are negative, most people who are toxic and they have a very negative mindset, majority of the time, they're like a parasite. So they need a host or someone to cling to so that they can get more life, You have the opposite of that too, which is positive people. Positive people don't need to extract life from other people because they generate that within themselves because they're positive. But negative people, we're going to talk about negative first. Negative people have to be around other people. Negative people have to be around people in order to get their life, because negativity is their food. So in order for them to eat, they have to. All right, guys, my phone storage is getting low, so I wanted to hurry up and try to make this video for you guys. So as I was saying before, negative people, in order for them to eat, in order for them to thrive, they have to continue to suck life out of other people. And that's how negative people work. And this is how you get narcissists. Narcissists is really just people who basically live out of ego. And because they live out of ego, they have to latch onto other people, and they have to be parasites to other people to get their energy, to get their life. That's the trait of negativity. And that's why you want to avoid those people at all costs, because if you're a positive person and you're around people that are narcissists or people that are always negative, they're going to eventually, like people say, if you hang around two bums, you're going to eventually become the third bum. Like, that's just how life works. If you hang around negative, toxic people that functions out of their ego every single day, if you hang around people like that, you're going to eventually become one of them, whether you want to or not. It's just going to happen, because that's just how energy and that's just how frequencies work. Everything is spiritual. Everything is energy, frequency, vibration. If you're vibrating at a certain frequency, at a high frequency, and somebody's vibrating at a very low, dark frequency, they can easily pull you into their frequency just by you hanging around them and being around them every single day. So it's important. avoid negative, toxic, egotistical, narcissistic people. Avoid those type of people, because those people will suck the life out of you and act like they didn't do anything. Uh, so yeah, positivity is important, because when you're positive, most people who are positive don't always need to be around other people. Most people who are positive, most of their days, they're thinking of positive things that they can do. Like, for an example, working out or going to the gym. That's a positive thing that'll help you, and that will further you and better you in life. And you don't need anybody else to go to the gym. You don't need anybody else to work out or get physical exercise. You know, reading and learning and like education and expanding your mind and just learning new things. All of those are positive, good things that you can do to make your life more fulfilling and to give you more energy. You know, negative people won't think about these things. Negative people won't think about working out or getting exercise. Negative people aren't going to think about reading a book. Negative people aren't going to think about learning new things so that they can grow and, like, for an example, start their own business. Like, a negative person isn't going to think like that, because a negative person doesn't get life from that. They don't eat from that. They eat from other people, from feeding off of other people's energy. That's how negative people work. So it's important to be positive, and it's important to also protect your energy, dude, because a lot of people, when they see that you're glowing with this certain energy, and when they see that you carry yourself a certain way, especially a lot of people, especially if they're a negative person, they're going to try to find their way to get into what you're doing and to get into your space. And then they're going to try to, like I said, latch and parasite and feed off of you. So be positive, and also protect your energy, and be wise and be aware and know who you're dealing with, you know? Like I was saying earlier, for me, in the past, I would hang around a lot of negative, toxic people, but I didn't know what I know now. So it was like, I didn't really know what I was getting into. And I was kind of just, going with the flow and just like, oh, this person wants to hang out with me. So I didn't really actually like analyze these people and actually see these people for who they actually were. And I kind of just turned a blind eye to all that. And it was just like, oh, this person wants to be friends with me and they're cool. And, like, they hang out with a lot of other people who are negative, honestly. And I just saw that as a good thing. But a true wise person and a true positive person that wants the best for themselves and that wants the best for other people, they don't have to go out and try to seek and try to find friends and try to find groups for them to fit in. Because first, for one, people who usually have a really positive and good mindset and a healthy mindset, they're okay alone, and they're like, they don't need another person to make their life fulfilling. But also, positive people usually naturally attract other positive people that also want the best for them. Because one thing that I notice, when you want the best for yourself, and when you're truly in this vibration, in this frequency of wanting the best for yourself and wanting the best for people around you, and just being more positive, you attract more people naturally that also think like you, and that's also more positive. And for me personally, that's what changed my experience a lot, because as I was saying earlier, like, I grew up around a lot of negative, toxic people. Like, my environments, the neighborhoods that I was in, the schools that I went to, very toxic, and it caused me to honestly, it caused me to put this mask on and not be who I truly am, because I was just in the wrong environment and around the wrong people. I had to find my tribe, basically. And wait, what I was saying earlier is, but yeah, positive people usually, and people that think really positive, and people that are more just more positive in general usually attract more positive people. And like I was saying earlier, I grew up in environments where it was nothing but, toxicity. So when I started to change myself, because that's another thing that's really important. If you really want to live a different type of life, if you want to be around different types of people, people that think more positive and people that think more like you, in order to do that, you got to change yourself first. Because there's no way you're going to be a negative person, but you're going to have positive people and positive relationships and good people around you. Like, it just doesn't work like that. So first you got to change yourself, which is what I did. I changed myself and I started to become more of a positive person. The music that I listened to, way more positive. The mindset that I had, I started to pick up on positive habits like going to the gym, working out, getting exercise, going for a walk, going for a run. I started doing things like going to the park and just, sitting, relaxing, sitting in the sun sometimes, and doing these things allow you to get out of a negative space, because one thing about a negative mind is a negative mind always likes to breed negative thoughts. But if you can change, that's why I said change yourself, because if you can change your mindset and you can change like the way you think, if you can change all of that, then your whole environment and your whole lifestyle and your whole life will naturally just change with it, because that's just how the universe works, dude. It's all spiritual. Like, if you want to change your life, you got to change yourself first, because the life that you want, you cannot be the same person and get that life, so yeah, man, being positive is important. Avoid negativity. Try to learn as much as you can, because that's also very important. Learning is super positive. Gaining knowledge and wisdom so that you could change your life, honestly, because that's the only thing that really will change your life, is by learning and then applying that to yourself. And yeah, when you become more positive, your mindset changes, so you'll start to feel good about yourself. Like, you'll start to talk positive. I don't know if y'all heard of affirmations before. I'm pretty sure everybody has heard of affirmations, but this is what affirmations is a really good tool, because that's what it does for you. Honestly, it changes your mindset. It changes your beliefs. When you're negative all the time, you're gonna have negative beliefs about yourself 9 times out of 10. And practicing affirmations, which is one thing that I did, started to write down affirmations and just try to read them every single morning. And yeah, they help a lot, honestly. When you start to tell your mind something, when your mind is used to doing things a certain way, but when you consciously tell your mind to do it this way and you keep repeating that repetition, eventually it's going to become a natural way of thinking. So if you're always thinking negative and you start to tell your mind these positive thoughts, eventually, every day, of course you got to keep doing it and gain the habit and the consistency, but once you do that, your mind will start to automatically just like start thinking naturally from what you're telling it. And that's what honestly happened for me. Like, I would tell myself these affirmations, and then eventually my mind, like after a while of me telling myself this, like every single day, just waking up, reading affirmations, telling myself like, oh, you can do this. You don't have to believe those negative opinions or thoughts about you. You don't have to believe what people say that you can't do. Like, whatever you want to do, you can do. If you want to be this type of person, you can be that. Don't let anybody, like just telling my mind more positive things that will like counter those negative thoughts. And when I started to do that and I started to keep doing it and repeating it, my life started to change. My mindset started to change. The friends that I have now, the relationships that I have now are completely different from the ones that I used to have when I was younger. And yeah, so don't underestimate the power of positivity, because it's one of the most powerful things you can do is to change your mindset to a positive thinking mindset. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed some of this knowledge that I shared with y'all that I recently learned. I hope it helps y'all. I hope it changes y'all lives for the better, because my life has changed for the better, and I'm super grateful for it. I'm grateful to even learn what I have learned, because like it even says in the Bible, and it even all religions even talk about this. The way to truly escape hell or a dark place is to gain the wisdom and the knowledge and learn, so that you could move forward and destroy those old cycles and patterns and habits. So learning is key. All right, guys, I'm out. I hope y'all, I didn't mean to say I think, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope y'all learned some valuable information from this, and I hope it changes y'all lives. Thank you for watching if you watched, and if you stayed the whole video, thank you. Peace.